잘 풀어보세요. 아직 안 띄워졌네요. 네, 지금 들어왔어요. 여러분 안녕하세요. 블루오리진의 뉴세퍼드 NS-22 발사 생중계를 시작하겠습니다. 근데 여러분 안녕하세요. 블루오리진의 뉴세퍼드 NS-22 발사 이거 잠깐 시작. 이거 근데 너무 웃긴 게 제가 막 그 영상 시작했는데 이 상태로 했거든요. 소리가 아무 소리 안 나가지고 음악도 안 띄워놓고 이 지금 실시간 화면만 지금 띄워놓은 거예요. 하여튼 너무 웃겨가지고 하여튼 오늘 무려 발사 3번 했는데요. 마지막 발사입니다. 정신 안 없네요. 그래서 NS-21 확인해 볼게요. 제가 왜 그러냐면은 누가 지금 발사를 누가 들어갔는지 지금 알 수가 없거든요. 한 6명 정도 타는 걸로 알고 있어요. 근데 누구시지? 여기 나왔어. 이집트인도 한 명 있더라고요.
Thank you for joining us for New Shepard's 6th human flight. Apologize for some of the difficulties that we were working through earlier today in our webcast. We're at about T-minus 20 minutes until launch. Today's astronaut crew is securing their seats, waiting to launch to space. There we see a closed hatch on RSS first step. In just a moment, Capcom Laura Stiles will read a special message from our NS-21 astronaut crew to help send today's crew on their way.
사람이 누구냐? 그 사람이 누구냐면요. 잠깐 뛰어나야겠어요. 잠깐 기다려보세요. 지금 이제 타려고 준비 중이라죠. 다 처음 본 사람들이라서 한 명은 이집트인입니다. 아마 여기서 처음으로 이집트인에서 타는 걸로 알고 있고요. 잠시만 기다려보세요. 이미지 하나 띄워놓을게요. 이미지 여기 제가 데스크탑에서 이걸 생중계하는 게 참 오랜만이라고 그래서 정신이 없습니다. 양해 바랍니다. 여기 있죠? 이분들이에요. 이분들. 여기다 있죠. 여기 있죠? 한 명씩 이제 봐볼게요. 이게 결정된 것이 좀 얼마 되진 않았습니다. 예. 12일 전이에요. 12일 전에 결정이 됐고요. 발사 누구 들어가냐? 자, 첫 명이 들어가게요. 샤라 사브리가 어딨지? 잠깐만, 나도 안 보인다. 샤라 사브리가 여기 있죠? 샤라 사브리. 예. 샤라 사브리가 어떤 분이냐면요. 그 이집트 사람인데요. 그 우주 연구에 대한 접근성 향상을 목표로 딥스페이스 이니셔티브의 선진자다. 그래서 이집트에서 이집트 최초의 우주인이 블루오리진의 준궤도 로켓. 근데 좀 이게 좀 재밌는 게 요거는 솔직히 이제 요즘 강화된 그 규정을 미국 연방항공청에서 만들고 있어가지고 이 블루오리진은 이거 탄 사람들 이거 타고 갔다 해서 우주이 아니다 뭐 이런 식으로 나온 상황이라서 하여튼 그래요. 2021년에 이집트 최초의 아날로그 우주 비행사였고요. 폴란드의 룬 아레스 리서치 스테이션에서 2주간의 시뮬레이션 단임무를 완료했대요. 그리고 카이로의 아메리칸 유니버시티에서 기계공학 박사를 폴리티노 진짜 이거 바로 너무 어렵다 이거. 여기서는 생물학과 공학 석사를 수료했대요. 이분 후원은 스페이스 포 휴머니티가 거기서 후원했다고 이야기하고 있습니다. 왜 또?
will forever change the course of your life. Dr. Kelly is one of them. His support and his belief in us, a group of college students in Louisville, Kentucky, with a shared passion for space, allowed us to chase our dreams and knock on doors we may never have come across otherwise.
네, 그리고 그다음에 누구냐면은 끊겼죠. 그리고 마리오 페레이라 포르투갈에서 호르조 날아간 최초의 사람이 될 것이고 그리고 페레이라는 포르투갈 기업가 이제 투자자거든요. 플로리스 인버스테이먼트 그룹의 사장이래요. 이 그룹에는 관광, 미디어, 부동산, 시스템 가능 기능이 포함한 40개 회사가 포함되어 있다. 있고요. 페레이라 활동에는 스쿠버 다이빙, 런던 마라톤 달리기 및 티카드 달리기, 자동차 달리기잖아요. 그 다크라 랠리 거기서 활동했다. 그리고 바네사 오브라리언은 사문가의 극단적인 스피릿대가 뭐지? 처음 들어본데? 그 영국계 미국인 탐험가예요. 하여튼간에 여기 나오죠. 여기 나오네 여기. 포스카드. 아, 세계에서 다 보냈나 보다. 저거 우드 뿌리나 저거. 내가 했는데 재밌어요. 그래서 에레비탄을 정상에 올려놓고 에레비탄도 가보고 챌린더 딥 있잖아요. 챌린더 해안 거기 들어가 봤대요. 그리고 클린 켈리 3세는 좀 줄일게요. 이제 블루오리진 뭐 나오죠 이제. 근데 블루오리진 지금 뉴글랜드 만들고 있는데 지금 뭐 2단 엔진 시험 뭐 했다 뭐 얘기 나오긴 했는데 글쎄요 아직까지 별 얘기는 없습니다. 아직까지 빨리 만들어야 되는데 거기도. 그리고 클린 켈리는 국방 첨단 연구 프로젝트 에이전시에서 자율주행 토지 차량 프로젝트를 설명했고요. 그래서 블루오리진은 자율주행과 기술과 관련된 초기 단계의 노력이다 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 하고 있어요. 그래서 전공이 컴퓨터과학, 농업공학 분야 뭐 연구 기술 프로그램 관리했다고 나오고요. 스티브 영은 1992년부터 2001년까지 플로리다 그리고 영스 커뮤니케이션 LLC에서 통신 계약을 운영했대요. 그리고 자선 활동도 뭐 했고 플로리다 주 멜버른에 있는 파인애플 세트랑 소유자들 활동합니다. 그리고 마지막으로 코비 코트는 유튜브 채널 주드 퍼펙트를 공동 설립했고 57만 명의 그 구독자가 있는 세계에서 가장 많이 구독하는 스포츠 채널이다. 하여튼 그런 사람들 다 여기 집어넣어서 떠났어요.
I'm the director of program management for our launch facility development team and
하고 참고로 여기 그 블루오리진은 그 피트법을 씁니다. 그래서 저도 헷갈릴 때 있는데. 네, 어쨌든 뭐. 보죠 뭐. 저도 지금 지쳐가지고 설명을 하기 쉽지 않은데요.
and work through problems every day.
So it's a little bit of everything. How did you find your path to blue?
아까 우리 발사했던 ULA 로켓이 발사 성공, 그 분리까지 다 성공했다 이렇게 나오네요.
And I got to fly some payloads to space, just like we're doing on New Shepard.
That's an incredible achievement. And as the video clearly showed, lots happening in Florida. Tell us about the facility we're in right
또 제임스 우리 만환경 또
So the
나오고.
orbital launch site is really two different complexes. We've got our manufacturing complex, which we're sitting in today, and that's where we bring metal in one side and we rockets come out the other.
죄송합니다. 저 지금 작업이 많아가지고 많이 끊깁니다. 양해 바랍니다.
And then we transport those about 11 miles to our launch site.
Right. This is the New Glenn factory, and we were walking the floor a little earlier. There's just so much hardware.
그게 낫겠네.
It is like exhilarating to walk through here. I mean, just this morning when I walked through, it's packed with people, with parts, with assemblies, and the energy is really strong here.
So the New Glenn factory, the manufacturing complex.
뉴글랜 그 공장 이야기를 좀 하고 있는데 뉴글랜 보여주나 혹시? 보여줘 좀.
So like I said, they come to the launch site. Each stage is transported individually, and we take those stages, we put them together in the integration facility. We put them on our transport erector. we go up the ramp, we mate to the pad, and then to the 20 ground systems
오,
that we have.
작사에서도 재밌는.
The rocket.
That's an incredible amount of talent on your team to handle all of that. Now, if you're on the Space Coast, you can see the silhouette of Launch Complex 36. What are folks looking at when they're at the beach?
Yeah, well, like the beach is the best spot to see the site. You've got our 2 towers, our lightning towers. They're 574 feet tall. They protect the vehicle while the vehicle's out for its 8-hour stay, getting fueled and checked out before we launch.
Excellent. So I think we're going to have some footage here of that launch complex. So we'd love to see it.
All right, so here's the complex. You can see our stage demonstrator tank that we're actually proof loading right now. And this is the ramp that the vehicle will go up, and our lightning towers. You know, everything is massive here, and it's a great opportunity to be part of this team and work and develop this. So.
No. Yeah, absolutely. I think the sense of scale, and we'll get back to that, is definitely impressive. We had a good shot there of the integration facility.
그래서 지금 블루오리진은 이거를 이제 그 우주 여행으로만 이야기하고 있는 상황이죠. 근데 우주 여행 과연 얼마나 효과가 있을지는 모르겠습니다만은. 트위터는 이제 시작했습니다.
Tell us a little bit about the historic Launch Complex 36.
Yeah, there's quite a legacy to live up to. You know, the Atlas program launched 145 missions from our site. So that included our first lunar landing, interplanetary missions to Mars and Jupiter. So we you know.
And these were all probes exploring the solar system, exploring the moon. And so it's a bit of the legacy that we're inheriting here at Launch Complex 36. A launch pad that was used to explore the solar system, and now New Glenn that will also be used to explore the solar system.
That's right.
Let's talk about that scale of New Glenn. It's a huge rocket.
It is. It's you don't get a sense for the scale until you're next to it,
right.
And you're looking up at it. It's been a big honor to participate.
You feel a little dwarfed by comparison.
You do. You look up and it's like, how am I going to work on that?
But you know, we've said that New Glenn will be the smallest orbital launch class vehicle that we build. How does your team handle, you know, future upgrades and planning that in while also getting ready for that first launch?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that this is the beginning, right? So we kept that in mind when we developed the requirements, and we're ready for the next orbital vehicle that comes our way. So
that's excellent. Appreciate your team really leaning into it and doing the forward planning. As you look at 2022, you've got some impressive milestones this month and through the end of the year. What does that hold in store for your team?
여기가 텍사스 서부의 사막에서 지금 하고 있는 상황입니다. 오늘 발사가 참 많았죠.
We recently completed our upending system and checking that out. That's going to take our horizontal transporter and vehicle to a vertical launch position. We will complete our integrated testing near the end of the year with our simulators and testing out our ground systems. So we're filling our water tower right now to start our deluge testing. So
yeah,
it's rapid pace.
That's incredible. It sounds like there's no shortage of work, and your team is incredibly talented. So while we were talking through that last segment, we did clear the hold. So
Great.
We see our countdown clock now progressing at T-minus 14 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. So that's excellent news. Allison, thanks for keeping me company here at the desk, giving us a look into Blue's incredible future with New Glenn.
Thank you. This was really fun, and you have a pretty sweet gig, so I'll come back anytime.
Well, listen, you shared with us the story of New Glenn, the story of our orbital launch site. You have an open invitation. You did a fabulous job, and we look forward to seeing you here next time. In the meantime, we'll check out New Shepard while we stand by as this clock counts down.
지금 발사 준비를 여기 들어가셨죠 이미 6명이 들어갔고요. 발사 준비를 하고 있습니다. 그래서 그렇죠. 뉴글렌 같은 경우는 이제 올해 말까지 지상 설치를 하고 하이시스템 인증을 목표로 한다고 이야기를 했고요. 뉴글렌 보이네요. 그 트위터에서 이제 유튜브 뉴글렌 공장이 보이는구나. 공장입니다. 오늘 인도 무슨 날 같아요. 인도 관련 트윗이 엄청나게 나오더라고요. 네, 지금 캡슐안에 지금 사람들이 6명에 들어가고 이번에 국적이 정말 다양하네요. 이집트도 있고 포르투갈도 있고. 예. 12분 남았죠? 옛날 같은 경우는 진짜 이거 발사하는데 거의 1시간, 2시간 이상 걸렸어요. 특히 첫 그 아마존 전 회장 같이 타면서 전 회장도 그때 전 회장도 같이 탔었는데 그때는 한 2시간 이상 걸렸던 걸로 기억하고 있습니다. 지금 대기 상태 있고 발사 거의 다 준비가 다 됐을 걸로 됐는데요.
Welcome to New Shepard's 6th human flight. While we wait for this countdown clock to reach 0, let's take a look at the first 5 crewed flights that we've launched in the last 12 months.
그래서 2021년의 첫 발사, 네, 그걸 영상을 보여주고 있습니다.
21st century as a really important time in the expansion of humanity into the solar system.
Jeff Bezos is about to blast off into space.
People that have been on this journey has changed their
처음으로 궤도
outlook on
발사를
humanity.
그 유인 발사를 했었죠. 그 전까지는 그 시험 발사만 진짜 많이
It
했습니다.
feels like a turning point where we can open up this experience for more people.
I think it's so important to start making the demographics of space look like the demographics of our
나오네
world.
지금.
I'm Brazilian and I'm the second Brazilian to go to space.
블루오리진에서
New era of the unbelievable. We're a teacher from North Carolina.
그래도 저게 뭐 규모는 작게 해도 네 발사 전체적인 그 재활용 로켓 발사 그 모든 것을 다 따르고 있기 때문에 정말 대단합니다. 네, 이번에 그 올라가는 누구지?
Look at that view.
바네사 오브라이언 이 사람이 이분이 여성으로서 챌린더 가장 낮은 지구에서 가장 깊은 챌린더 해연 그리고 세계에서 지구에서 가장 높은 엘리베이터 산 모두 도달한 최초 여성이라 합니다. 저렇게 갔다 왔어요. 오늘도 저까지 갔다 옵니다. 그리고 또 누구냐? 코비 코툰. 예, 여기 또 다 나오네요. 여기 오늘 가는 사람들.
Almost like an out-of-body experience to see the Earth from that perspective and understand
다 나오네 진짜.
how small of a part we are of something so large.
그래가지고 지금 올렸습니다.
All of these flights and a dedicated payload flight in just under a year. This is what building the road to space looks like, step by step, ferociously. 25 astronauts and counting. Next up, the New Shepard GoPole.
네, 이제 코어풀이니까 이걸 발사할지 말지 이제 투표에 들어간다는 얘기죠. 나 이거 깜빡했는데.
Capsule. Go. Booster. Go. Ground. Go.
네, 이거.
Safety.
Go.
Capcom.
Go.
Engineering. Go. Copy all goes. Flight director, New Shepard is go for launch. Booster commences terminal count. We'll go for it.
As you just heard, we are go for launch for our 6th human flight. The Titanium Feather crew, that's what they've named themselves, are a mere minutes from launching to space. So let's meet this crew. In seat number 1 is Sarah Sabri, the first Egyptian to fly to space. She's a mechanical and
여기가 아마
biomedical engineer
그치
and founder
이분이
of Deep Space Initiative, a nonprofit increasing accessibility for space research. She's fluent in Arabic, French, and English, and her hope for this flight is to inspire the Egyptian people and motivate young Egyptians to pursue education. Mario Ferreira is in seat number 2. Mario will become the first person from Portugal to fly to space. He's an entrepreneur, investor, and president of Plurus Investment Group, which includes more than 40 companies spanning tourism, TV and radio, real estate, and renewable energy. He's a lifelong scuba diver and passionate adventurer who raced the world's most
그리고
difficult
예전에 그
car rally in
누구냐
Dakar.
그 유명한 톰 행크스 있잖아요. 유명한
Dr. Clint Kelly is in seat
네,
number
톰 행크스가
3.
이거 탈 거냐
Clint
그러니까
started
아
the
전혀 안 탄다고.
autonomous land vehicle project many
난 정말
years
타기
ago
싫다.
at DARPA, and
탈
is
생각이 전혀
credited
없다.
with starting the development of the technology base that led to today's driverless cars. He's also a lifelong adventurer. He and his wife have photographed wildlife on every continent, from the high Arctic to Antarctica. But that other special thing about Clint we heard earlier from Laura is he's been a mentor to 3 beloved engineers at
6분
Blue Origin,
남았죠?
Greg Blinko, Matt Cosgrove, and Nick Greco, who all had a hand in today's launch in developing, designing, testing, and flying the New Shepard rocket. Clint provided financial support and mentorship to the Rocketry Club at the University of Louisville. One of them has said that there are few people you cross paths with who change the course of your life. Dr. Kelly is one of them, and we're so proud to have you on board. In seat number 4 is Kobe Cotton. Kobe is one of the 5 co-founders of the YouTube channel Dude Perfect, the most subscribed sports channel on YouTube with more than 57 million followers. Dude Perfect is best known for their trick shots and comedy videos. Kobe founded it with his college roommates and his brother Corey. All of the other dudes are on site today, cheering Kobe on. His seat was sponsored by MoonDAO, whose mission is to decentralize access to space exploration. Now, MoonDAO members voted to have Kobe represent them on this flight. But in order to get here, Kobe had to beat the other dudes, earn his stripes effectively, in an insane rocket battle launch competition held a few months ago.
The pad is clear. We are a go for launch.
Welcome to Rocket Battle 3, perhaps the greatest prize on the line in Dude Perfect history. Our rockets are huge, and the winner goes to space.
진짜 저런 거 저렇게 하고 놉니다.
That's right. Thanks to MoonDAO, the dude with the highest launch wins a trip to space on a Blue Origin rocket in an upcoming video.
It came down to the last launch. We have the altimeter reading. The person going to space, Kobe Cotton. No way! No way!
What an exciting video. I think Kobe deserves a pound and a noggin, as today he'll get to go on the real thing. In seat 5, we have Steve Young. Steve is the former CEO of Young's Communications, the largest telecommunications contractor in the state of Florida. Steve led Young's from 1992 to 2021. He's an avid fisherman and serves as a committee member of the Space Coast Conservation Association. British-American explorer Vanessa O'Brien rounds out the crew in seat number 6. After this flight, she will become the first woman to complete the Explorer's Extreme Trifecta, a Guinness World Record. The trifecta means she will have reached Earth's highest point, Mount Everest, its deepest point, Challenger Deep, and crossed the Kármán line, the internationally recognized boundary of space. Truly amazing. Here she is there with NS-21 astronaut Victor Vescovo on an expedition a few years back down to Challenger Deep. A crew capsule full of extraordinary people about to go to space. As we said earlier, they've named themselves the Titanium Feather. Titanium is the 22nd element in the periodic table of elements. It's the 22nd launch of New Shepard, and we're in the 22nd launch of this new millennium. So it's an exciting time for the Titanium Feather, and we're looking forward to your launch. Okay, if you're just joining us, we're minutes away from our 6th human flight. Today's crew is sitting atop a live rocket, ready to go to space and back. And here's the New Shepard flight profile they're about to experience. So we see the New Shepard booster with the BE-3 engine at the bottom at T0. That BE-3 engine will ramp up and produce 110,000 pounds of thrust. Liftoff occurs slightly thereafter. Max Q occurs at about 55 seconds. That's the moment of maximum dynamic pressure. That BE-3 engine continues to boost the profile until main engine cutoff. That's when the BE-3 engine shuts off and the vehicle travels under inertia until separation, becoming two vehicles. The booster reaches apogee first, then starts to re-enter. The fins steer the booster back to the landing pad.
올라갔다가 분리돼가지고 그 우주에서 좀 있다 다시 내려와요.
And then coming in for a soft landing in the landing pad in the West Texas desert. Meanwhile, on the capsule, as it was much slower to re-enter due to its shape, the astronauts enjoyed minutes of microgravity and a view through some very large windows. As that crew capsule re-enters the atmosphere, the drogues deploy, the mains deploy shortly thereafter, and as that crew capsule comes in for a soft landing, the landing systems engage, measuring the height and firing the terminal decelerator system. Just above the ground, we see the poof of dust and touchdown with 2 minutes to go. Let's watch and listen as the new
야, 드디어 분리가 되네요. 이제 분리가 돼서 이제 발사 준비 거기 들어갑니다. 확실히 작다 보니까 금방금방 가네요. 자, 1분 남았습니다. 1분 47초 남았고요.
In the shot here, we see the access tower for the crew capsule has been pulled back. We've got a great shot there of the aft fins going through the motions. These fins help direct the vehicle on ascent and descent.
이제 1분 남았습니다.
If you're looking closely at the bottom of your screen, the BE-3 engine is gimbaling. This is the primary control authority for the vehicle on ascent and descent, and of course critical for that soft landing on the landing pad.
유튜브요?
With just 30 seconds to go for today's
네,
launch,
30초
it's time to head off
남았어요.
to mission control and
자,
launch this
발사됐다가
rocket.
네, 일정 고도에서 분리가 서로 이제 그 엔진 로켓하고 부스터하고 이제 부스터라 해야 되나? 하여튼 본체하고 이게 그 우주선하고 분리가 돼가지고 예, 우주선을 앞으로 쭉 한번 돌고 오다가 네, 내려옵니다. 야, 갑니다. 1, 0, 발사합니다. 피트로 돼 있어요, 피트로. 진짜. 와, 올라갑니다. 야, 그래도 뭐까지 생겼어도 잘 올라갑니다. 와, 올라가고요. 자, 1000피트 내려갔고 올라갔고요. 여기 피트로 계산해요. 네, 간다. 멋있다, 근데 발사하는 거 멋있더라고요. 아야. 올라갑니다.
We've got a great shot of the BE-3 and of course of the booster looking down at West Texas.
자, 올라가고요. 2만 피트까지 올라갔습니다. 엄청 잘 올라가네요. 맥스 Q 넘었어요. 맥스 Q. 그 최대 동감 넘었습니다. 미코에서 아마 메인 엔진 컵오프하고 세퍼레이션 분리되고 제로지 무중력 상태가 이제 진행이 아마 현상이 이제 진행이 될 겁니다. 자, 잘 올라가네요. 저게 간단한 거 보여도 굉장히 엄청나게 어려운 겁니다. 저것도. 네, 6만 피트. 그냥 피트로 할게요, 그냥. 와, 발사. 맥스 Q 지났죠. 미코 거의 향해서 올라가고 있습니다. 그럼 미코에서 이제 메인 엔진이 컷오프 되고 세퍼레이션 이제 분리가 될 거예요. 진짜 항상 볼 때마다 그래도 발사되는 거는 멋있네요. 별거 아닌 것 같아도 진짜 어마어마한 장면이죠. 자, 160만 볼트.
And it looks to have been a successful main engine cutoff with the vehicle traveling at more than 2,000 miles per hour and 200,000 feet of altitude. Our next
네, 맥스 제로지 그 분리가 됐고, 자 분리가 됩니까? 자 이제 분리가 됐죠? 분리가 됐고 지금 제로지 상태로 지금 들어갔어요.
In the meantime, Sarah, Vanessa, Kobe, Mario, Clint, and Steve, welcome to space.
네, 3만 필트. 무슨 소리가 나와? 무슨 소리인가요? 네, 지금 본체는 지금 높게 본체는 내려오고 있고요. 네, 지금 일부러 들려지는 것 같아요. 너무 좋아했어. 네, 올라갔습니다. 현재 무중력 상태 지금 진행이 됐고요. 네, 저것이 이제 하강 로켓 먼저 내려올 거예요. 부스터 먼저.
Sounds like they're having fun up there. We gotta thank you, Laura, our Capcom. Now we've just received.
Look at the blackness. Oh man, God.
점점 오고 있죠. 부스터하고 부스터 고도가 지금 내려오고. 보이는 건 지금 부스터고 지금 소리 들리는 것은 우주선 내에서 소리가 들리는 거예요. 예. 점차적으로 내려오고 있죠. 그리고
1 minute warning.
마하시 점차적으로 하강하고 있고요. 전체적으로 부스터부터 천천히. 여기 부스터하고 지금 우선하고 지금 같이 두 개 보이죠? 분리된 거.
Congratulations to all 6 crew of the Titanium Feather. They just officially became astronauts with an apogee well over 100 kilometers, the internationally recognized boundary line of space. Both the crew capsule and booster are now descending. We saw the forward fins deploy there in the shot on your left as that rocket is now reaching its atmospheric pierce point, returning from space and entering the atmosphere. Those control surfaces
오늘 발사가 하도 많아가지고 3번의 발사가 있었거든요. 자, 부스터 먼저 내려오고 있습니다. 지금 10,000 피트, 10만 피트 지금 맞춰 내려오고 있고요. 정말서 이제 4분이 착륙을 아마 이제 포지가 지났으니까 이제 그 역분사 역추진 로켓을 아마 발사하겠죠. 여기 지금 그 찬나라 엑소만원경 거기에 미션 컨트롤 일하시는 분이 네, 그 천문학자가 자기도 이 지금 목록에 629번에서 634번이 있대요. 또 멀었네요. 자, 1000피트 내려오고 있죠. 네. 아직 역분사는 아직 발사가 되지 않고 있습니다만은 네, 드디어 이제 네, 역분사가 될 것 같습니다. 네, 바로.
There it is. Engine ignition, engine relay.
조금 못 나갔어요. 오, 거의 아직 정중앙은 아니지만은 그래도 범위 내의 착륙에 성공했습니다. 와.
Booster touchdown.
네, 부스터 터치다운 됐습니다. 이거 엄청 까마죠? 저게 보통 기술이 아닙니다, 진짜. 더 대단한 것은 내일 또 보게 될 스페이스X는 바다에서 저게 가능하다는 거죠. 네. 하여튼간에 이제 우주 그 6명의 의성문 실은 우주선만이 내려오면은 이번 발사는 완벽하게 끝납니다. 너무 이것도 내려오고 있죠. 네, 지금 캡슐이 지금 8,000피트 크루캡슐 내려오고 있습니다. 네, 차근차근 내려오고 있죠. 네, 낙하산 펴졌고요. 5,000피트. 네, 하나 더 터지고 이제 보조 낙하산까지 준 낙하산 있는데요.
If you're just joining us, this is our 6th human flight. The booster has landed, and our crew, Titanium Feather, is on its way back to Earth.
엄청난 비명을 지르고 있어. 오 마이 갓. 너무 재밌네. 네, 터치다운을 앞두고 있습니다. 1000피트.
What a beautiful shot there of the booster, and the crew capsule looks to be maybe a little south or southwest of the landing pad, and of course that great West Texas backdrop.
네, 아주 천천히 내려오고 있습니다.
So as we come in here softly for a landing, those landing systems will engage, measuring the height above the ground to fire that innovative retro thrust system that kicks up the dust but makes for a very soft landing.
네, 아주 천천히 300피트 그리고 200피트 네, 그리고 100피트 그리고 터치다운 됐습니다. 캡슐 터치다운 완료.
Welcome back to Earth, and what a shot of Victoria Canyon, the Sierra Diablos, and our West Texas desert kicking up that poof of dust. I bet they're excited in there. They sounded excited.
네, 성공했습니다. 이거는 우리가 말로 하는 것보다 직접 타봐야 돼. 진짜 멋있다 저거.
And we'll be watching on the drone shots as they head out that way. If you're just joining us for the 6th human flight, we've just had a successful flight. There's a shot of the capsule, the booster. It's been an exciting day for this crew that's
네, 완벽하게 6번째 유인 우주가 성공했습니다. 중계로 높게 성공했어요.
Awaiting the CC recoveries team in arrival. If we look closely through those very large windows, we should see some thumbs up, some clapping. But in the meantime, Victor Correa España was in that crew capsule on our last launch, NS-22, becoming the 2nd Brazilian ever to fly to space. And right now, he's the 1st Brazilian ever to join me here on the show, coming to us live from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hello, Victor. Bom dia, bem-vindo, welcome. We just landed the crew capsule. Tell us, what was this moment like for you?
Yeah, when Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy.
무슨 소리냐면요, 우리 강아지 고양이가 지금 긁고 있는 소리예요.
When we landed, I simply could not believe what had happened.
일단 편하게 보시기 바랍니다. 이제 또 끝났네요.
Hard to explain because it's so big, and that's no way to compare. It's very amazing. But while we were waiting for crew member 7, we celebrated a lot, hugging and congratulating each other to finally becoming astronauts. It was a great dream come true. But in fact, my brain took a while to understand what had happened.
And now that you've been through this experience, what's it like to watch this launch? Do you wish you had been back there?
Oh my God, I can't imagine what they must be feeling right now. I'm very emotional, by the way, and it was one of the most amazing days of my life.
Absolutely, and you were looking forward to hugging your friends and family members that had gone out all the way to West Texas with you for that launch. What was that reunion like?
Yeah, we celebrating a lot because it's just we were just realizing our big dreams to become an astronaut, to go to space, and see these incredible things that was seated the Earth above Carmeline. It was amazing. See the curvature of the Earth, and we celebrate a lot with my wife, Marcela, and my friends. It was really amazing.
Well, it's great that Marcela was able to join you out in the desert. How was that? How long did it take for this experience to sink in, for you to really understand what had happened?
I don't think so. My life has completely changed after that. It has transformed the way I see things and push my limits. And I really.
오늘 그 발사 생중계는 저번 인터뷰 끝나면 저도 끝낼게요.
Absolutely, Victor. And on that note, look, we see the crew member 7 getting close there. So I think
지금 제가 여기 왜 소리가 이렇게 나냐면은 저기 뒤에 에어컨이 있는데 저기 상문에 에어컨이라서 좀 시끄러워요. 저거 옮기고 싶은데 고민입니다. 제가 양해해 주시기 바라고요.
Parabéns, Mário. Muito feliz por ter mais uma pessoa da nossa língua representando a nossa língua lá em cima. Eu sei que várias pessoas se sentem representadas por você, e esse é um passo histórico, um passo muito importante, e sei que vários brasileiros estão celebrando junto com você, vários portugueses, vários outros países da nossa língua, e nós estamos realmente orgulhosos por você, e eu mal posso esperar para encontrar pessoalmente com você para a gente falar sobre essa incrível experiência. Parabéns, muito orgulhosos por você aqui no Brasil.
Parabéns, Mário. Parabéns, Victor. Obrigado. It's been such a pleasure to have you
앞으로
here,
생중계할
Victor.
때 저
Thank you for
꺼야겠어요.
sharing your perspective with us. As we can see there, this is an important moment for the astronauts, as you were explaining. So we're going to tune into that action. Thank you for joining us. Obrigado.
I want to say thanks again for Blue-Origin and TSA for making this possible. I'm saying thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
자, 저기 보시면은 저기 지금 이제 도착을 했죠.
And there we have our
자,
ground
이제
crew performing the final
사실 뭐
safing
그렇게
operations, grounding the vehicle from any static discharge and preparing those stairs so that that hatch can be opened and we can welcome
해치를
the
이제 오픈해야
crew
되니까.
of Titanium Feather.
티타늄 페달이라고 계속 광고를 하고 있어. 아, 너무 웃기다 이거. 알았다고요. 특별한 거 아니니까 그만 좀 해주세요.
We've got friends, family
아, 너무
waving.
웃기다
This
진짜.
is a moment, a much anticipated moment of reunion, of joy, of emotion, and I'm so happy that we're here to share it with you all today. Sarah Knight's crew member 7 in the field leading our operations, laughing, and look at that. It looks like a fun time. I wish I was out there.
내일 그 다누리 발사할 때는 이제 끌게요. 에어컨 꺼야겠어요. 아 왜 또 멈췄지? 일단 제가 틀어놓겠습니다. 틀어놓고 마이크만 좀 끊어놓겠습니다.
These are the final moments of preparation for the reusable spaceship RSS First Step that had already gone to space 7 times. Today makes 8. This is an incredible reusable vehicle that will help us practice and dramatically reduce the cost of access to space. Just a few moments now here, we will also have a field camera, so we might be able to hear from our newly minted astronauts at the Titanium Feather. Let's stand by for that. "25 astronauts today become 31. It's the first step in building a road to space. A successful 6th human flight for us. What an exciting day." It's hard to imagine this moment of anticipation for the friends and family members that just saw their crew and their family and friends go to space in the Titanium Feather crew. Much awaited reunion coming here shortly. All right, it looks like our hatch has opened. That moment of reunion is happening now. Vanessa became the first woman to complete the Explorers Extreme Trifecta. Steve has a new perspective on conservation, which he'll share with the world. Kobe, you just nailed the biggest trick shot of your career. We've seen it there. I, watch your videos with my 12-year-old nephew, Jake, and this is the coolest trick shot. Dr. Clint Kelly, thank you for your mentorship. This has been a great adventure. As an engineer and a technologist, thanks for paving the way. Mario, obrigado. You just became the first person from Portugal to fly to space, making your entire nation proud, and following, of course, in Magellan's footsteps of exploring new frontiers. And Sarah, you've made history as the first Egyptian to fly to space and the second citizen astronaut for Space for Humanity. Let's see if we can't continue this action and maybe get a few words from the crew. And we have one more announcement. Speaking of increasing access to space, here's Katia Echacerreta, who flew on New Shepard just a few months ago, becoming the first Mexican-born woman, proud Tapatía, and youngest American to fly to space, with a special announcement for us.
Are you ready to become Space for Humanity's next citizen astronaut? If so, then you're in luck because Space for Humanity applications are open right now. Are you ready to head to space for Earth? ¿Estás listo para ir hacia el espacio para la Tierra?
Enhorabuena, Katia. Gracias por la invitación. Absolutamente llenaremos esa solicitud. Thank you, Katia, for that invitation to apply. Simply go to their website. The world needs more people like Sarah, like Katia, like you, to be role models for folks everywhere across the world. So please go to their website and apply to become an astronaut. Another beautiful launch and landing. Another 6 people have gotten a brand new perspective of planet Earth. Thank you everyone for joining us today for Blue Origin's 6th human flight. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Allison, for sharing your insights on our orbital launch site. And a special thank you to our customers, Sarah Sabry, Vanessa O'Brien, Kobe Cotton, Mario Ferreira, Dr. Clint Kelly, and Steve Young. If you're interested in purchasing your seat on a future rocket ride to space and back, get started by visiting blueorigin.com and clicking Fly to Space. The road to space is being built. We took another big step today. And if you're interested in joining our extraordinary team, please visit our website. Finally, if you'd like to commemorate today's launch, we have mission patches and so much more. My name is Eddie Seifert. For everybody here at Blue Origin, thank you for joining us. Until next time, Gradam Farasser.
A once-in-a-lifetime journey is closer than you think. To book your flight, visit blueorigin.com and click Fly to Space. Tell us as much as you can about yourself. Once we receive your inquiry, our team will reach out to guide you through your journey. It's your time to join the new generation of astronauts.